Here we go. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. Let's check out This Week in Comics Horror, March 6th, 2024. Only one lone comic is featured this week, celebrating the female form in the
ass, titties, ass and titties, ass, titties, titties, ass and titties
category. But what a comic indeed. Lady Death, Demonic Omens #1 features the titular character as she takes on a satanic cult from Coffin Comics, Lady Death creator Brian Pulido and Mike MacLean. But while Lady Death is curvy on that cover, I don't really think it's very cheesecakey. Okay, alright. That variant cover, now that's the stuff. Time to check out This Week in Independent Horror Comics, proving the small press books often deliver chills and thrills better than the mainstream every time. American Mythology, S.A. Check, Ken Haeser, and Buzz Hasson pit the Boogeyman versus the Scarecrow in Monster Tag Team. It's a no-holds-barred battle to see who is scarier. The Devil That Wears My Face ends with issue 6, making the 5th issue the penultimate issue, as a priest possessed by a demon must somehow exorcise himself before it causes irreversible damage to the Vatican and the world. This one's by Mad Cave Studios, David Pepose, and Alex Cormack. The Night People is a new series I'm interested in, mainly because it features art by my good buddy Brian Level, who always delivers fantastic art every time his pen touches the page. But this tale is about a pair of lovers who turn out to be serial killers, and it has a nice natural-born killers vibe. So that's a plus for this one as well. IDW Publishing's Golgotha Motor Mountain #1 seems like my kind of gonzo crazy as a meteorite crashes down onto a meth lab, causing all kinds of body horror in its wake. This one's got cannibalistic cops, doped-out addicts, and mutant neo-Nazis in pursuit of anyone with a pulse. I'm really looking forward to this issue. The cover is kick-ass. Here are a grouping of comics based on properties from outside of the comic book genre, like movies, TV shows, cartoons, and games. First up is Dead by Daylight #4 from Titan Books. It's a serial killer game, I think. I honestly don't know much about this property or book. This series does have a few gnarly covers, and apparently this issue is the last one in this first miniseries. Those in the know about the video game should check this one out. In Gargoyles Dark Ages #6, the popular adaptation of the 90s cartoon series, it checks out the gargoyles in medieval times as they battle a giant dragon. It's by series creator Greg Weisman and Drew Moss. This is another property I missed the boat on, as I was at that age where I thought cartoons were for kids and thought it was too cool to watch them when Gargoyles came out. So I know little about this property as well. I do know quite a bit about The Fog, John Carpenter's moody movie about a small coastal town haunted by ghosts of pirates that crashed onto the rocks when the lighthouse failed to warn them. This new series by Massive Comics, Steve Ekstrom and Marco Foderà checks back in on the small coastal town in modern times. That's all I need to know to get me jazzed about this new series. I can't wait to check this one out. And while I think the height of the popularity of the Walking Dead TV show has passed, it still seems to be going strong with a new series appearing soon on AMC following Rick and Michonne. But in comics, the usual suspects of Robert Kirkman and Charlie Adlard bring the 84th issue of the series back to life, this time in full bloody color. This seems to be the one where Carl gets his eye shot out, yet somehow survives. It seemed far-fetched then, but it did lead to some interesting stories afterwards. Next, we've got a weird one, What If Aliens #1 from Marvel Comics. This is a strange one that dares to ask the question, what if Burke lived in Aliens? Remember Burke? The tertiary character, played by Mad About You's Paul Reiser, I guess he was a government stooge in that movie. Well, here's what would happen if his character lived in James Cameron's Aliens movie. Apparently it took 5 writers to come up with this story, including Reiser himself. I don't know, but this seems a bit extraneous to me. I can't wait until we get a what if that guy in Predator who Arnold tells to stick around after he nails him to the wall with a machete had lived. Now that's a story I need to read. Finally, I have the book I'm looking most forward to reading this week. Shazam isn't a horror title. It's more of an all-age-based DC comic about the iconic hero with the mind of a child. But the 9th issue by Mark Waid and Emanuela Lupacchino guest stars the Creeper, and he's one of my favorite horror characters in DC's stable. Wade's on a roll with this series, so I can't wait to see his take on the Creeper. Well, there's almost a dozen horror comics on the shelves this week. Surely there's something I listed that you'll find worth your time and hard-earned money. Let me know which ones look good to you down in the comments.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're